risked their life and safety in an extraordinary manner to rescue others. And we have the pleasure of presenting 3 Medals of Valor here tonight. I'm going to read you a bit of the narrative. It's fairly short, but you'll get the idea, and then ask these gentlemen who are so nicely attired to come on up. On March 4, 2014, at 16:56 hours, or 4:56 p.m., Volusia County Beach Safety Dispatch received a radio call from Lifeguard Tower 342 about a black van that drove into the water in the 900 block south of the beach, Daytona Beach. Captain Wise, Officer Urquhart, and Officer Chrisley initially responded to the call. As they arrived on scene, they observed a black Honda Odyssey van bearing South Carolina tags driving parallel to shore in the tide line. 2 civilian beachgoers, Tim Tessner and Stacy Robinson, were running in the water next to the van, attempting to extricate the passengers of the vehicle. As the beach officers entered the water, the van began driving eastbound into deeper water. Beach officers arrived in the water at the rear of the van. Captain Wise and Officer Urquhart removed 2 of the juvenile victims through a side window and gave them to Tim Tessner and Stacy Robinson, who walked them to shore. While the 2 victims were being carried to shore, they advised that there was still an infant in the vehicle. Captain Wise gained entry into the vehicle through a side window of the van. He removed an infant who was strapped into a child car seat and passed the infant through the back hatch to Officer Urquhart, who carried the infant to shore. Officer Chrisley removed luggage and other items from the back passenger compartment of the van in order to create room for Captain Wise to exit through the rear of the vehicle, which was moving further into the water. Captain Wise and Officer Chrisley searched the vehicle for any remaining occupants with negative results. Both officers returned to shore. The 3 juvenile victims were medically assisted by Volusia County beach safety personnel until Daytona Beach Fire Rescue and Volusia County evac ambulance arrived on scene and took over patient care. The mother of the juvenile victims, Ebony Wilkerson, was transported to Halifax Hospital for a medical evaluation and under certain criteria by evac ambulance. The 3 juvenile victims were transported to Halifax Hospital Medical Center for evaluation and ended up in perfect condition. During the rescue and subsequent treatment, all 3 juvenile victims continued to spontaneously utter that mom tried to kill us. Well, she didn't, because these lifeguards, these beach patrol officers were there to get to them before something could have happened to them, and they're alive today because of their efforts. I'd like to call up these 3 gentlemen, please.
Going out.
Okay, so we offered these guys the chance to speak, and they wanted to make sure you could get out of here fast, so they decided not to. So I'm going to ask them to move over just a little bit so we can get a good photo. Get the mayor up here. I'll get on one side. We'll take a few pictures.